For the rest of the episode here, we're going to go review over WWE RAW on Netflix that happened yesterday on the February 16th, 2026. But first, some quick wrestling news. What's going on there? Mercedes Monet is charging $100 a month for texting. And she says it's a low price. Oh my goodness. Would you pay $100 a month? You know, you can get like a bunch of subscriptions instead. You can get an Amazon Prime account. I would have to pay for, you probably have to pay for a Sony PlayStation Plus account for a monthly thing. You can get like Netflix. It's like, you can get like 4 subscriptions probably for a better deal than texting Mercedes Monet for $100 a month, and she'll text you whenever she's free. It's crazy. A lot of these people have their own ways of trying to make money, right? Well, I'm trying to make money just by being me and doing podcasts and doing YouTube videos until I get monetized and go from there. Maybe make some new T-shirts again and everything. I do this because it's me and I'm my own boss. We'll put it that way. I love being my own boss. I love it. Okay. Any other news? Because that was just that's just bizarre that people would pay $100 a month for texting her. Bianca Belair of WWE had surgery for her broken hand almost a year after it happened. So last year's WrestleMania, Bianca Belair went off the top rope. I think they did like a weird moonsault. And Rhea Ripley ended up landing straight on her hand, but it didn't break the hand. So what it did is broke the knuckles. I think she broke like 3 knuckles or something like that. No, it was 1 knuckle, but it was a really bad knuckle it broke. So she has not wrestled since WrestleMania last year. It's been almost a full year. And they thought that this would normally, like a broken hand or something like that, a couple months recover, and you should be good to go. But this was a really bad break, apparently, just on the knuckle of where the finger was, and she just had surgery on it yesterday. So surgery should keep her out a little bit longer, past WrestleMania probably. There's not really a storyline for her anywhere, kind of thing. So that is quite shocking that almost 10 months after you have a broken knuckle on your hand that you just end up getting surgery now. That's quite a while. So that's very unfortunate too. So hoping a speedy recovery. All right. Let's go over Raw from yesterday. There was a lot of talking on yesterday, so most of the time I was cooking and I got to just listen to most of the stuff. And there was like 3 or 4 matches kind of thing. Ended up opens with Usos in the crowd. I'm not sure where they were filming. Actually, yes, I forgot the location. Opens with Usos in the crowd with their music. They're trying to do their Uso chant, and then Paul Heyman comes out with the Vision and interrupts him, cuts off the music and everything. Obviously to get cheap heat. Heyman is complaining about the masked man that attacked Austin Aries. No, what's his? Austin Theory. That's his freaking name. Austin Theory, yeah. So masked man attacked Austin Theory yesterday while on their qualifier match. Adam Pearce comes out, tell them whatever, it just happened. I don't know who the masked man is. Pierce tells Bronson Reed he has a chance to qualify next week for the Elimination Chamber. Logan Paul seems to be the new leader. He seems to be doing most of the talking right now for the Vision. So just keep an eye on that. While they're going... and what else? LA Knight comes out after Pierce tries to get them in the back. LA Knight comes out and interrupts, challenges them to a 6-man tag right away. So We start off with a 6-man tag with LA Knight, the Usos, versus the Vision. This match was 12 minutes and 53 seconds long. Ends with Paul using the right hand to knock out Jimmy Uso. Obviously, they're saying the titanium hand is in Logan Paul's knuckle. I think it actually is, right? I think he had to get surgery done on it or something. So I do think he has a titanium thing, a titanium knuckle or something like that. So yeah, he knocked out Jimmy Uso. Then Bronson Reed hit him with a tsunami at the top for a pin. So that means Bronson Reed should be able to get a tag team title match if he just pinned one of the half of the tag team champions of Jimmy Uso. So that means the Vision could either be Logan Paul or it could be Austin Theory as a tag team going up. But either way, so Bronson Reed, if he doesn't qualify for the Chamber next week, he should automatically be in a tag team title match coming up after. So they're really protecting him right now. Since Braun Breaker's gone, they need to do something with him. At the end of the match, Logan Paul was going on the commentary, took the headset away from Michael Cole and was bragging about how great the Vision is. Masked Man came out of nowhere and stomped his head, or Paul's head, on the announce table, knocked him out, ran away. And so most likely it's probably Seth Rollins of the mask, because Seth Rollins does the stomp. So that kind of makes sense. All right. Then we had some promos. We had a mention of 2 Elimination Chamber matches scheduled for next week. Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Kairi Sane in the women's division for the Elimination Chamber. On the men's side, we will have Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso versus El Grande Americano Original. This is the original El Grande Americano for the men's side. X Diamond was a large wooden crate with Adam Pearce was delivered to him, and it had the words saying to not open until February 28, 2026, which is the Elimination Chamber. The deliver guy said, what should we do with it? And Pierce says, send it to SmackDown. So it seems like they're going to just shovel that back and forth until the Elimination Chamber next week. Now, a lot of rumors what's going on with inside the box. There has been somebody that suggests it's Chris Jericho inside the box. Now, I have no idea what's going on with the Chris Jericho thing. I have no idea. But he should be coming to WWE this year, no matter what. Maybe for a retirement match against Gunther. Who knows? But that would be really silly if a person is inside this box this entire time. How would they survive that? That's impossible. All right. Then we had after we had El Grande Americano going up to Adam Pearce. He wants to qualify a match in the Chamber, but Pearce said the spots are already taken and they're full, so he can't get him in the Chamber. But he'll have a chance to compete for a number 1 contender match for the Intercontinental title for tonight. So this is El Grande Americano, the current one, that was asking for that. So it's a little confusing, the El Grande stuff going on. Most likely they're going to be heading to WrestleMania for a mass match. One of them's got, I have a feeling they're both going to take their masks off at the same time, and then they'll be done with the gimmick. Who knows? That's my kind of thing. They'll do a mass match, and then they'll both pull the masks off at the same time. That's what I'm thinking for the ending of this rivalry. All right, next we had a triple threat Elimination Chamber qualifying match between Asuka versus Natty versus Bayley. This match was 10 minutes and 28 seconds long. I wasn't really paying attention to it. I don't know, this Natty gimmick, they're really trying to make her like this like aggressive MMA fighter. But nobody's really feeling it. I don't know. She's not winning, she's not losing. Like, I think she's only had one match since turning heel though, and that ended up with a DQ with both a counter or something like that, with them both on the outside. So people aren't really into the gimmick right now. Ends with Bailey tapping to Asuka in the Asuka lock after Natty goes down the ramp. And then Maxine Dupree attacks Natty. So obviously they're still going on with that. Adam Pearce and Oba Femi. A lot of Adam Pearce in this episode of Raw. Adam Pearce is talking with Oba Femi about since they're trying to negotiate what show he's going to be on. SmackDown's already given an offer, so Adam Pearce gives Oba Femi an offer and look it over. He'll take the contract to look at it. Rusev walks in. They do a stare off with Oba Femi against Rusev. Obviously, Rusev was thrown out of the Royal Rumble by Oba Femi. So most likely they'll probably just have should be right that Oba Femi goes to Raw. So it makes sense. You got Royce Keys that has that signed with WWE. He made his debut at Royal Rumble, and rumors basically say that he's on SmackDown. So it makes sense to have a big guy like Oba Femi have the other big guy on Raw, spread them out kind of thing. But you can never go wrong with meat against each other, right? That's Royce Keys' favorite word is meat. They'll have two big guys going against each other. Okay, so yeah, Liv Morgan had a sit-down interview with Michael Cole. Cole was trying to ask her a question, then Dom interrupted and sat down next to them, and Cole continued the question of who is Liv Morgan going to pick for her WrestleMania opponent for a title. And her answer was, I will decide when I want. And then next thing you know, Stephanie Vaquer, the current world women's world champion, comes in and talks complete Spanish. So they have Dom there. That's why translating for her to Liv Morgan. And basically, Stephanie Vaquer ran Liv Morgan down. And Vaquer got up after ranting to her for about 2 minutes straight. And then Liv Morgan, I guess, started to cry. So she made her cry. It was very shocking and everything. I'm not sure what the segment was about. It could be Liv Morgan just faking it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Do people want to feel bad for Liv Morgan? Not me, really. It's just a schemer. So wasn't really big into it. All right. What goes on after that? All right. Another promo. CM Punk comes out for a promo. Basically talked about, everybody thinks this is a mistake of me putting my title on the line just before WrestleMania and costing us the main event against Roman Reigns. But he was just ranting on about that. And then Finn Balor interrupts him, comes down there with Dom, and the returning JD McDonough is coming back from injury again. So all three of them go down the ring, and they try to, swarm CM Punk, but all they do is just walk in the ring. CM Punk does more talking, and then Finn does talking, and then basically CM Punk turns his back on the three and trying to give him a free cheap shot on him. Jay Madonna wants to give CM Punk a free cheap shot because he's just giving his back to him, but Finn Balor is holding him back, so he's trying to tell the guys that he wants to do this on his own kind of thing. And then CM Punk just looked around and was like, all right, well, then whatever. I'll do it on your own, not with your group kind of thing. So, all right. So, yeah, it was just a long CM Punk promo about, it was a promo just about coming up where try to get Finn Balor to do it on his own instead of the Judgment Day getting involved. But who knows? Byron Saxton interviews Rhea Ripley and Io Sky about the upcoming Chamber. Kairi interrupts them and basically says with Asuka that Asuka's in the match, so she's going to win. Asuka walks away and yells at Kairi, and Kairi gets scared again. And then Io looks at Kairi and says, Kairi, maybe they're starting to you got to do something, Kairi. So maybe toughen up. Maybe it's time to not listen to Asuka anymore. Obviously, that's going to lead to a feud between Kairi and Asuka once that happens, kind of thing. But no idea where they're going with that storyline. All right, number one contender Intercontinental title match. Penta versus El Grande Americano. This is the current one. This was a short match, 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Basically a bathroom match, what people were saying, kind of thing. Ends up with the original El Grande Americano coming out to help Penta. I guess Bravo tried doing something, or distracted the ref, and then El Grande pulled him off the ramp or off the ring or something. And that ended up giving Penta the win from distraction. And that was that. I think, and then after El Grande, the original El Grande, comes in and he tries taking the mask off the current one, but then he's pulled to safety from Rayo and Bravo, his sidekicks there for Los Americanos. All right, yeah, that was more of a bathroom match, I think. JD McDonough talks to Balor in another promo backstage about becoming champion. Balor tells JD he needs to do this alone. That's what they're trying to do, is trying to make him like, I got to do this on my own if I need to win it. This is basically the same storyline that they did with Damian Priest in the Judgment Day, but now it's actually quite ridiculous. Because this is the whole reason why they kicked Damian Priest out of the group in the first place, is because Finn Balor, Damian Priest was saying that he wanted to do stuff on his own, and Finn Balor and everybody was getting mad that, like, you want to do it on your own, go do it on your own, kind of thing. And now Finn Balor is doing the exact same thing that Damian Priest was doing. So what? Are we going to get a rinse and repeat storyline where we kick Finn Balor out because he wants to do things on his own? It's the exact same storyline as they did with Damian Priest. It's sad if they're doing that. They're running out of ideas, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're running out of ideas with this Judgment Day thing. Maybe it's time to split them up and make a new group or something. Kofi Kingston, Grayson Waller came out and they just basically say Xavier Woods is gone. He's going under shoulder surgery, so he's not going to be around for a while. Grayson Waller read a text from Xavier Woods and tried to get cheap heat from the crowd. And yeah, that was that segment. So we won't be seeing Xavier Woods. He's currently with a shoulder injury right now. We got another promo. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. AJ Lee comes to the ring and she just talks, and then Becky Lynch comes out and they just talk to each other and blah blah blah. And AJ Lee's trying to get her to come in the ring, and Becky Lynch walks away, and them basically having a yell at each other yelling match against each other basically. So, more promos. All right, the Vision is talking to Adam Pearce backstage about the Masked Man. Paul Heyman wants something done about the Masked Man. Adam Pearce says, I don't know who it is, and I would like to deal with the situation as much as you do. Bronson Reed says, I will handle the situation if I get my hands on him. And Adam Pearce says, all right, thank you. So, and then get an announcement what's going on for next week with all the matches. We got a couple of Elimination Chamber matches. AJ Styles is returning to Monday at Raw for a tribute show for him in Atlanta, for Atlanta, Georgia next week. So he's already back on TV. That was short-lived. Maybe Gunther would come out and try and choke him again. I have no idea. That is kind of a possibility, because we'll get to the main event right now. Triple threat Elimination Chamber qualifying match between Gunther versus Javon Evans versus Dominic Mysterio. Good match. Ends with Dom has the ring bell. Gunther tries to take it away. He does. Then once he takes away, Dragon Lee is behind Gunther with the ring bell and hits Gunther with the ring bell, knocks him out. And when I think when Gunther went after Dom, that gives Javon Evans a chance to hit his cutter on Dominic Mysterio, gets the pin. So Javon Evans is surprisingly going to the Elimination Chamber. Gunther is not because of Dragon Lee costing him basically the match. So that means basically that Gunther might come out and talk some stuff to AJ Styles, and then Dragon Lee comes out and they'll do another square off. I have no idea now what they're doing with Gunther for WrestleMania coming up. Now that, I thought he could win the Elimination Chamber and, go for Drew McIntyre or somebody different. Oh, man. So now what do you do with Gunther for a WrestleMania match? I don't know, man. This is interesting. What do you do with him going forward? But that was Raw. So it was a lot of promos, a lot of wrestling, a lot of talking. So, and speaking of a lot of talking, I've done a lot of talking. We've gone probably over an hour on this podcast here. Mostly me talking about food. Jesus. I got sidetracked when it comes to food, people. All right. Let's wrap this up here for this episode. NXT preview for tonight. NXT North American Championship. Shiloh Hill versus Ethan Page for the championship tonight. Number one contenders match for the NXT Tag Team titles. Vanity Project versus Hank and Tank versus OTM versus The Culling. It's a four-way tag team match. So the winner will get a number one contenders match. Speed tournament finals between Elio Lefleur, the French luchador, versus Eli Knight. I don't really care who wins this match because they're probably just going to lose to Jackson Drake, a big dude against a high flyer. Probably no chance unless they do something. It's I guess it'll be a 5-man match for the championship title instead of a 3-man match. So, but I don't think one of those guys are going to win the title anytime soon. Tony D'Angelo was first match coming back since 7 months ago, I think, or 8 months ago. It's been a long time. Against Dark State's Cutler James, the butt boy, that no longer makes butt jokes. He's got a more serious attitude now, it looks like. But probably the first victim of Tony D'Angelo. You think maybe Tony D'Angelo's going to pick him off one by one and maybe get rid of Dark State? That could be a possibility. Final match that I see on the schedule. Lola Vice will be taking on Kalani Jordan. Lola Vice is dealing with a damaged hand, obviously, from Kalani Jordan coming out and breaking her hand. But she's still a champion right now. Currently, she just got the title with Mr. Iguana in AAA as a mixed tag team champion right now. They're doing a storyline with Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana as like a friendly, like, who can get Mr. Iguana, a couple girls are arguing over him kind of thing. Even though Lola Vice is currently in a relationship with Damian Priest right now. So she's playing a character that she likes Mr. Iguana, even though she's already in a relationship with somebody.